Hey everyone, it's Mr. Mercier. Just sitting at home doing some things, and I already made my science video. So if you want to watch some science, the link was in there too. But here we're gonna do some math. This I don't know how many of these I'm gonna be doing. Hopefully, we'll see what the school district says. But I'm just gonna do some practice with dividing by fractions and mixed numbers and such. This won't be anything new, but just so that you can see it all over again and do some practice that way. Um, and so I'll just do a few in my notebook. This video won't be nearly as long as the science one, but maybe I'll leave you some extra problems, and we'll see where it goes. So yeah, dividing fractions, good stuff. All right, so the first thing for you to recognize first off is the reciprocal. What is a reciprocal? It's when you take a fraction and flip it over. So, for instance, 3/4 would then turn into 4/3, which is also 1 and 1/3. But for the sake of what we are doing with this, wait, hold on, let me. Oh, that's better. For the sake of what we're doing, though, 4/3 is what you want. 1 and 1/3. Any mixed numbers will not help. All right, so next, if you wanted to then find the reciprocal of a mixed number, so let's say 2 and 1/7, you would have to first turn this into an improper fraction. And so 2 and 1/7, you multiply the denominator times the whole number, which is 14, and then add the 1 to make it 15, and the denominator stays the same. So this is 15/7, and 15/7 then flipped over would then be 7/15. So 7/15 and 15/7, these are reciprocals of each other. The idea behind a reciprocal is that if you were to take the two numbers and multiply them by each other, you would end up getting 1. But that's not a part that is necessarily important to us. All right, so the next portion of this is then how do we apply this to dividing fractions? So if we were to start out with something easy, like let's say 1/2 divided by 1/3. And again, this is all the same stuff as before. The first number is always going to stay the same. So 1/2 stays as 1/2. Division, instead of dividing by the fraction, you want to multiply by the reciprocal of what you're dividing by. So division turns into multiplication, and then your divisor, you take the reciprocal of it. So 1/3, you flip it over to turn it into 3 wholes. Then you can just multiply by going across. 1/2 multiplied by 3 wholes is 3/2. 3/2 is also equal to 1 and 1/2, but the 6th grade portion of this is at least getting that far. All right, for the remainder of the video, I'm going to do either 2 or 3 practice problems. Feel free to pause so you can do it on your own, but I'm going to work each of these out so you can see the step-by-step process. I'll do a medium difficulty and either 1 or 2 more than like higher difficulty ones, and then I will link some practice. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so using this process, we'll do one a little bit more medium leveled. So let's do 1 and 1/8, and we'll divide that into, I don't know, let's say 3/16. All right, so as I had mentioned before, mixed numbers, you don't want them, so we're going to turn this into an improper fraction, showing you the process that I showed you before. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9, so this is 9/8, now divided by 3/16. And then we want to take this 9/8, this stays the same, division into multiplication, and then your divisor gets flipped over into its reciprocal, which is 16/3. Multiply top by top, bottom times bottom, and this then becomes 9 times 16 is 144. Let me just double check that. This is, 144. And 8 times 3 is 24. Now, again, this is the 6th grade portion that you need to get to, but you can always, though, turn this into a more simplified and proper form. So 144 24, so you can divide 144 by 24. 24 goes into 144. It goes in 6 times. 6 times 24 is 144. Subtract that to give you 0. So you have a remainder of 0 altogether. That means that this is then equal to 6, which means that 1 1/8 divided by 3/16 is also equal then to 6. All right, now for a tougher one, we'll do, let's do 3 2/9. We'll divide that by, let's do just 5/6. So again, we need to turn this into our improper fraction. So this will be 29/9, still divided by 5/6. Now this stays the same, so 29/9 multiplied by 6/5, and now multiplied by going across. So now we end up getting, 29 times 6 is 174, and 9 times 5 is 45. Now I can take this 174 45ths and divide it. 45 goes into 174 3 times. 3 times 45 is 135. So subtract that and you end up getting, oh gosh, what is that? 39. Meaning, and that can not go in any further than that. So what this means then is this is your whole number, so 3. Your remainder is your numerator, and your original denominator is still your denominator. So the answer to this is 3 39 45ths, which, by the way, can be simplified. I should have recognized that. 3 13 15ths, because these can both be divided by 3. 3 13 15ths. There you go. All right, so for the extra practice, what I did to be able to find extra stuff, and this is linked up actually in my on my website as well, which is nmercier.weebly.com. So what I did to find it this way, I Googled dividing fractions practice. The very top link links you to khanacademy.org, and then it gives you some practice problems. And so my suggestion would be to then work through those. All right, that'll do it for this video. I hope that was a good enough reminder as to what we were doing for all of this. It was hopefully good to see each and every one of you if you ended up watching this. I hope everybody's doing well, and I'm definitely thinking about you, definitely missing each and every one of you. Feel free to reach out if you need anything. Hopefully see you soon. Bye.